this a quick one because I got some kind of cold and my throat feels like I swallowed a cheese grater. So I'm gonna try to get this done in a couple minutes. But you've been reading more a lot lately, comments, Reddit, on how Chuck, his whole theme is worn out. They're complaining about the writers of Billions, what's happened to the show, the hopes for season 7. I've said it myself multiple times, and I want to compare Billions to The Wire. If you've never seen The Wire, definitely go watch The Wire. One of the best shows of all time, probably my favorite show of all time. My reoccurring theme right now is picturing Chuck going out in some grand fashion, like in Sopranos when Chris Maltasante and his buddy was robbing the Conley truck, and like a gun fell and accidentally shot the truck driver. Can something like that happen to Chuck? Can the guy he got the carry permit for, who shot the dog, can he accidentally drop his gun and take Chuck out? Can that happen next episode? I don't know. I'm tired of him too, and I think that's where The Wire got things right, and Billions got it all wrong. We kept getting this Chuck versus, acts over and over and over in the tit for tat. You're going to jail. You're not going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail for one night. I'm going to take your freedom away. I'm going to find that last thread and tug on it until everything unravels. Dude, we're 6 seasons into this crap with no end in sight. With The Wire, season 1, it got you a view into the streets and character development right from the start. You got the tone. Season 2, it wasn't more of corner boy talk and all that type of stuff. It was, they moved on to the docks and then the Greeks and all this other completely different narrative in season 2, but it was still integrated in with the drug scene. You still had continuation of character development and cameos. Yeah, the focus was off of what was going on in season 1, but season 1 was still part of season 2. Season 3 of The Wire brought you back to the streets, but they brought in a new villain. They brought Marlowe in. And this is the guy that was taking out Barksdale, right? This is going to be the new Kingpin. And you kind of seen the transition from the old guard to the new guard. Character development continues, plot lines thicken. I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen them. And then season 3, kind of the old world comes to an end. Now season 4, you get a viewpoint into the school system, but the drug game's still integrated into it. You have the new generation coming up. You're seeing the young kids, the young corner boys coming up. And then what you also see is a young Omar, the stick-up kid, the guy that robs the drug dealers. That was that storyline that as, Omar, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Now you see this young buck come up. This is Omar when he's 13, 14, 15, right? So you're seeing this, you're showing you every aspect of life cycles and through families, through lineages, kingpins coming and going, how the docks were importing the drugs. And then season 5, you really got into, well, I think even season 4, you had the politics, right? The politics got involved. And then season 5, you had the newspapers. But it was the docks, it was the newspapers, it was the politicians, it was the drugs, it was the police. There were so many different aspects of this show, and it never lost the theme. It found ways to keep bringing it back into focus for a small period of time while new narratives were being introduced. McNulty became less relative as the seasons went on, but you still seen him pop up. We want to see Hall right now pop back up in Billions, for example. Where Billions is really stuck with this Chuck being so caught up in doing wrong to do good and personal vendettas and this almost impossible going back and forth and plotting and planning and scheming for 6 seasons. I just think that's where they screwed up. We liked season one of Billions. We liked Bobby Axelrod. We liked the money talk, the scheming. There's so many things that they could have done. They went on to try to buy a sports team, for example. We were kind of looking at the things that billionaires do, right? Billionaires doing billionaire things. This really kind of turned into, it's not even about billions anymore. It's about Chuck the Crusader. And they've just have not integrated him into each season in the way they should have. I'm not even sure we're talking about Chuck right now in season 6. If you asked me in season 1 if I thought Chuck would still be relevant in season 6, I'd say no. Like, even Wendy, I'm tired of those people. And there's so much going on in a billionaire's life. You could have created stuff, business deals in and out, shady dealings, occasional run-ins with the law. There's enough real Law and Order model stuff after real life sometimes. You could look at Mark Cuban's SEC troubles and things Bill Gates went through, or Larry Ellison or Zuckerberg. There's enough old stories. Even look at now Russian oligarchs. There's enough stories where you could have created season after season, like the way Homeland did. Homeland took something that happened in real life, and then they made a spin-off of it. That's what inspired a season. There's enough stories for billionaires out there where we didn't need to have the same crap with Chuck going over and over and over again. And season 6, more of the same, and now Prince is going to go back after Chuck. So, I don't know. There are people out there who just love Chuck, and they're team Chuck. They loved him through all 6 seasons, and they don't have a problem with it. But there's people out there, probably like myself, that really like season 1, probably season 2, where it's like we liked the Wall Street talk and the business talk, and I don't mind the legal aspect. I think it does get entertaining, but they did that in Power 2, where it seems like they were always in court, and then through the other series are in court, and somehow they find a way to not get convicted, and it's just, can we not come up with something else? Wire did such a good job of keeping people relevant and growing and part of the conversation while constantly introducing new topics and people, and then it's keeping the show moving. That's just failed over at Billions, unfortunately. And now we got Sacker, political run, which, do we even care at this point? She's a killer. Do we care? I don't know. What, Prince and Scooter's exit plan. Do I care about Philip running the new firm? I don't know. Taylor's bit's getting old. We're so far away from the billionaire doing billionaire things. Even the Olympics. It just doesn't, I don't know. Anyways, I had a few people drop some comments. A few people hit me up on Instagram with DMs. I figured you enjoy listening to some of my Billions commentary, so I figured I'd do a midweek one here, because I'm down with the cold. What else am I going to do right now? Work and try to record a couple of videos before my voice evaporates into thin air. But anyways, that's all I got for this one. I'll catch you on the next one.